Alright guys, we're gonna try this out and see how well we do it. If you don't know, my name is Climax, or PJ's Climax on my Twitch or Twitter, because a lot of people apparently like that video because they really want to see a video on this shit. But I'm a pretty good Street Fighter 2 Turbo player. I got fourth at Combat Breaker this year. I think I won NEC or Winter Brawl, one of those. But I'm generally like a strong boxer player. And I wanted to just make a video about what Boxer does in this game, because I feel like there's not much information at all about ST in general, unless you really look out for it. So hopefully this like helps you guys out. Again, this is only for Boxer because God knows I cannot play any other characters. If you try to see me, if you watch me play Fei Long, ooh, it's a bad noise. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna take off this little hitbox viewer first, just to show you some things. So I'm using Pops and PLF's training mode. Just runs on MAME. If not, I can get you a link. I just found this on like Google Drive somewhere. Anyway, the first thing I want to do is I really just want to go over some normals for him. Because Boxer's normals are, you know, and crazy, as they should be. So anyway, the first one that's big is stand jab. This button is a god. It really works as an anti-air, like the range it looks like. If you turn on the hitboxes here, if I can get this running real quick. Look at that hitbox there. There's no hurt box, and you can rapid fire it. You can do whatever you want. The same thing works with that crouch jab. It's pretty good. You can actually anti-air with this too if they're like jumping at a weird angle. But it's really good. You can rapid fire it. You can cancel it too. But it's generally like a good thing to do. Going on to stand short. I have never used this button in my life. Every time I've done it, it's done by accident. I don't know how I did it by accident, but I guess it's going to be used as an anti-air. I haven't even seen the hitbox on this yet. I can do anti-air. It's like force the stand jab a little higher though. Crouch short, again, it looks like stand jab, but like the box is weird. I don't even know if it's a low or not. Again, I've never even used this move in my life. Can't rapid fire it. I'm like mashing it, you can see, compared to stand jab or crouch jab. Yeah, I don't really use that button. I would advise against it. So let's turn this off again. So the next button is stand medium punch. As you can tell, it's a pretty good anti-air. If you played Street Fighter 4, it's like the same button. It goes pretty far. It's decent. Turn this on real quick. See what I mean? You see that blue box? That's the problem. So you really want to do this like ranges where it's going to work. A lot of times it'll come out if you're like not close enough. Or that's a close one. Oh no! Mash out, mash out, mash out, mash out, mash out. Oh Jesus. Anyway, this time sometimes will come out like, oh my god, I keep getting grabbed, man. We're gonna go over grab in a bit, but that's too good. Just stuff like right here, like you really don't want to use it there, but it's a button you can use. And then of course there's the best move in the world, crouch medium punch. Look at that monstrosity of a range. Here's a crouch jab, you can rapid fire it. Here's a crouch medium punch. The whole arm is invincible, as you can see here, and it does a giant hurt box. So if you're like standing right here, Ryu can't do shit about this button. You can, I think, you can crouch forward or crouch roundhouse, but you know it's a good button to throw out. It's everyone's favorite button. You'll see a lot of boxers stand back here and just start mashing this round start before they do rush punches and stuff. It's a good thing to use. Anyway, we'll go on. We'll just keep the hitbox on. I don't know why I kept it off. I might do another video on this. But the next button is the shotgun. Stand fierce. This thing has crazy range. It trades with fireballs. It trades with like guile booms and stuff like that. It trades with any fireball. It's on reaction. You can just throw it out. Some characters have to block this standing and crouching. Some characters can crouch underneath it. I forget which ones. But this button is just like your super ranged monster. Like, look at this. You see the damage it took out the Trunk of Life too. But if he throws a fireball at this range, he's going to get hit because the fireball hurt box pushes Ryu forward. This is like typically with any other character with a fireball. Button's really strong. And crouch fierce, typical anti-air, goes up pretty high. You can use it pretty well. You can do some cool stuff with it. I think you could like cancel the super hit, but it's just a good move in general. So just use this as your anti-air. Then there's stand roundhouse. Again, I've never used this move in my life. I don't know when I would ever use this move, or if I ever should. Yeah, I actually can't think of a time I've used this move in my life. Then there's sweep. As you can tell, the little tip at the top of sweep is invincible, and this is a decent sweep. Has a good amount of range. You want to use this a lot in like showdown matches because you can like if they whip a crouch roundhouse or crouch forward, you can sometimes sweep on reaction. It's not the fastest button, but it's pretty good. It's not bad like if you want to like do like a crouch forward and that. It's pretty decent. Oh my god, I forgot about crouch forward. Okay, so stand forward. You see this button, the little gut punch? I've used this before. It's pretty shit. So, but crouch forward is the god. If you see that hitbox of how much it goes, it is super invincible at the tip. It extends above and below. This thing will stuff a lot of lows. So you would think you're gonna do something instead of like going for a sweep. You just do a crouch round or crouch forward. Crouch forward will stuff it, and then you can do crouch forward and a rush punch. It's not a combo, but it will push pressure on the opponent. I think if they hit a button, they're minus enough to actually get hit. So those are really just like the good buttons. Again, the buttons I absolutely recommend using are stand jabs, crouch jabs to get off and move. Crouch strong is the best move in the game for him, I think, in my opinion. Typical anti-air is that. Crouch forward. Stand fierce, obviously is a good button. And buttons I would, and of course a roundhouse. But buttons I would recommend not using are stand short, stand roundhouse, crouch short, stand medium kick. I've never used these buttons. Like, if I use these buttons, I've like tick thrown with that before, but it's because like it's a weird thing to see. It's like, what, you hit me with that? So you can kind of use it for like a surprise, but really, it's not that good. Don't do it. I might do it, but I'm a little weird. Anyway, there are proximity normals in this game. They're proximity normals. Really, every time you're getting a proximity normal, it's because you're getting this because you're fucking up a grab. That's basically what it is. And we're gonna go on to his air normals too. There's like his neutral jumps. This is jump jab. This is jump short. I think it's similar. I don't know if it's exactly the same or not. Crouch medium punch looks pretty okay. Crouch short. I mean crouch. God. Crouch. Stand medium. Jump medium kick. Oh my god. Jump medium kick. A little slower. Probably does a little more damage to you. Stand fierce is the one that's like really like used a lot. The thing about stand fierce is you can stand fierce and then drag yourself across the field. So like it's kind of like a Honda Ochio, not Honda Ochio, Honda stand fierce, but like use a little bit. So you want to like dodge fireballs. There's a fireball, you just do that to get across it, or to guide yourself away. Stand roundhouse, neutral jump stand roundhouse. He's an okay button. As you can tell, like it's weird for neutral jumping normals. And then there's like jumping normals. This is your jump jab. This is also close to your jump medium punch. So your jump jab is not as good as your jump medium punch, but it comes out faster. The hitbox is higher. People use this against claw wall dives all day long. Like if you wall dive, you hear it. It's like when you see him jumping a wall, you just jump back medium punch and try to snipe him out of the sky. I'm not sure if it works against early claw at all, but it's okay. Your jumping short. Jumping short, as you tell, is like the same as like neutral jump short, but I use this as a combo starter a ton because you can like just get stuff off of it, and the hitbox on it is absurd, as you can see. So it's like that's gonna hit you. You can't really anti-air it. If you're super close, of course, it's not gonna work. But jumping strong, you can tell it looks like jumping short a lot, but the hitbox it looks like a little worse. I can't even tell. It looks like almost like attack state. What do I say? Then there's Jumpin' Fierce. Jumpin' Fierce is a big button, as you can see. Big red box around that shit in front of them. So you want to get in, and you're right on top of them, go for the big damage. Same with Jump Roundhouse. The Tell Jump Roundhouse boxes I think is similar or maybe exactly the same. Looks like it goes a little higher, but I usually go with Roundhouse because I play Street Fighter 4 and Jump Roundhouse is the jumping move. You know, normal things. Anyway, let's go over the, well, before I do that, the moves I would recommend jumping in on are, I use jump short a ton for like safe jumps. I'm not sure if you should. It's because I screw up the timing on stand, or jump in roundhouse, jumping fierce punch way too much. Against Shotos as well, if you jump again, this button will go over fireballs, jump medium punch. Because of just how much reach it has, and you can like maybe get a combo off of it if you're close enough. I'm not even sure if that works. Maybe at max range it doesn't work, but you can just get in good stuff there. It's a good button. But yeah, everything on the button, like jump medium kick, I don't think I've ever jumped in with this button. Jump jab, I've only done this like anti-air. Jumping fierce is good. All the jumps are good, and you can like just take stuff with like jump fierce here and then just guide it in a little bit. But really, just stick to the few buns you know, it's good. Balrog's man, a few buns that, and then actually goes down. So now here comes everybody's favorite part about Balrog, his specials. Mainly his rush punch that comes in like at light speed and just rush low. That's plus, I want to say a Renegade told me it was plus 16 on block, but I'll believe him because this is like stupid. So anyway, let's just start with them. So rush punch, you have the light rush punch, it goes pretty quick. Medium rush punch, it goes further, and the heavy rush punch that knocks down. As you can tell, it is range based. It will go all the way to knockdown, but it's slow as hell. The good thing about rush punch is it will trade with fireballs at ranges. For instance, against Sim, as you can tell where the hitbox comes up, when that hitbox shows up, it shows up at the same time as the hurt box. So you'll just trade with a huge knockdown against characters like Sim or Ryu if you time it right. However, if you do it too early or too late, you'll get a clip. So you might have to use like a light rush punch. You won't get a knockdown, but you get some good damage. Medium, I don't think I've ever used medium, unless it's by accident. It's usually light, fierce. Yeah, I don't think I've used medium. So I just stick with light. Some characters have to block the standing, I think. That might be an O-boxer thing. I could be totally wrong on that. So let's just say I'm wrong. Anyway, let's go to Boxer's low rush. As you can see, it's the same type of deal. That was light, that was medium, this is heavy. So this move is insanity. This thing again is plus. If you see the hitbox in the end of it, the tip of it is invincible. So if you space it against some characters, they can't deal with it. Like look at that spacing. What do, Ryu? I'm gonna show up, you're gonna get clipped. Excuse me. This button is your go-to move. You can like do that, unblock. You have enough time to throw a stand fierce. And if they're hitting a button, they'll get clipped from the stand fierce at like any range. It's a good button. As you can tell, it knocks down. You can't. I don't think you can get a safe jump on it. It's probably a fake safe jump. It's probably not real at all. I don't think I've done it. But yeah, low rush, the god. Stand rush, the god. These are your ways to get in. Boxer plays footsies by rushing in, or at least I play footsies by rushing in. I've never walked forward in my life except for doing a tech throw or I missed a charge. So next thing we'll go over is his headbutt. Light, medium, fierce. Oh my, if I can do it fierce. Fierce! If you see that hitbox in the fierce, invincible for like 20 seconds. These moves are the bane of a lot of fireball players' existences. The light headbutt will go through fireballs and gain you meter. I had the meter in for this good training mode, but this will be very good to do. So if somebody throws fireballs at full screen, you can just wait for it and do that. If they don't walk forward and try to punish it, you are screwed. Headbutt is my favorite move in the world. It is so cool. It does so much. It goes so far for the fierce version. Like, look at that fierce version. So if you hit him with the fierce version, you get a full knockdown, and you can get like a setup do like big damage. Just use this move as your DP. The only downside is it is a charge move, and because it's a charge move, if they jump on every character can safe jump Boxer because he is awful startup on these. He can only reversal with super really. However, this move is like way less of a defensive option and way more of an offensive option, just because of what it does. So it's easy too because you can just like jab, beta throw. That's like the big thing about him. There's also like a throw OS headbutt, but I can't do. Nope, I can't do it. Where you can it's kind of like it's kind of like the T-Hawk OS, where you can DP or you can do a Typhoon. But it is way less practical in my opinion. I've done it a few times, but it's more like I plink all my buttons every time I'm playing the game. Since reversal frames are one frame, reversal window is one frame in this game. I plink everything every time I do a move except for like the rush. Like even for like headbutt, I'll just plink fierce the light and hope I get the correct headbutt on reversal. But yeah, headbutt's very strong. Medium punch is a very peculiar one, as the invincibility on it is like weird. I've used it won't beat fireballs. It's not invincible to fireballs because of how the hitbox ends at the starts at the end or something. But I found out that medium headbutt will beat Chun super on on reaction. I don't know why, but at least I think it's on reaction because when I do it, it's on reaction. It just works. I don't know if a light or fierce beats that, I've done like an early Fierce Headbutt that beats Chun Super, stuff like that, but one big thing, it beats Chun Super, and Chun-Li is an awful matchup with Balrog. I know, it's like 4.5, 5.5, it's like unplayable. So, you just gotta use that opportunity. And then, the other special moves he does have his kick rushes. Now, he does 2 kick rushes here. So, this is like the normal kick rush where it says back to forward, and this is the down back to, down to down forward. So you can tell there is a difference of them. So the forward one, he will stand the entire time, and the hitbox will come up pretty early. As you can tell, I'm going to start mash jabs to like the lag on it. This is the recovery on this one. This is the recovery on the down forward one. As you can tell, it's pretty quick. So the big trick with these things is that, well, one, they're good as anti-airs. These are light versions, medium punch version, heavy version. They don't knock down. Yeah, the down forward one knocks down. But look at the hitbox on that. Look how ginormous the hitbox is, and your hurtbox is not even close to it. Medium punch version is pretty good too. Mainly you're going to use the light version a lot, just for either a quick anti-air or just to get in. A big application for these moves is that you hold your charge the entire time for down charge, because you go down back to down forward, only when you do the down forward version. This is very important, because if you want to get in and you see him throw a fireball, you can do that. So like you see him throw a fireball early, or you think they're going to do something, that's what you do. And it's also, the charge time is very quick, as you can tell. It's like absurdly quick. Oh, I just screwed it up or whatever. It's fast, that's all you need to know. The regular version, I've used this a few times. You can chase down a lot of stuff with this, but usually I use the down forward version. It'll catch a lot of people jumping back too. So like round start, when it's like neutral screen, if you just do the fierce version, you think they're gonna jump back, it'll flip them. They're knocked down. It's boxer's play day at that point. Big application for this, or doing down forward kick and a headbutt. That's my go-to. Also, what you can do is, if they're crouching, it won't hit. So let me mash out this real quick. So if you do like a tick like this, if you do like down medium punch or down light kick or light punch into a low rush, the low upper rush, you can do that. You can immediately grab them. That is the scariest mix-up for somebody to take against Walker. And the mix-up is they can stand up and block it, and then they don't have to take the mix because they'll be standing. But if you just do a low rush instead of the rush upper, they can knock down, and then they're back in the same situation. It's a bad situation. If you can't tell, Boxer likes to get in on his bonus and that's going to kill him. The way I explain all these matchups to people are, I just want to punch you in the face. Let me punch you in the face or in the toes. That's my matchup experience. But also a good application too, a little more advanced, is you can actually cancel any super by you do down back to down forward to down back to forward punches like pretty quick, because the recovery is like non-existent. You can just do it. And if you watch any of my games, I do this a shit ton of like random intervals. If you hit a button, throw a fireball, you're dead. Like if you throw a fireball and after you do this, you can react to throwing out super. There's actually enough of a leeway to do it, which is honestly absurd. So those are the rushes. I usually use light. I use fierce to catch the or roundhouse to catch the faraway ones. I never really used the straightforward one, but you can use it for like a quick anti-air. And now we're going to tap. 2, 1. So turnaround punch or tap is a very, very big part of his arsenal. As you see the hitbox on that, you see where it doesn't exist. I mean, the hurtbox doesn't exist at level 4. So what this character does is he holds down 3 buttons. Usually it's 3 kicks. You can hold down 3 punches too, but usually when people hold down 3 punches, you don't have access to your moves. So if you see a lot of boxers, you'll hit. Again, you've noticed a lot of boxers' good buttons are like crouch medium punch, stand light punch, crouch light punch, crouch fierce, and you do low rushes and stuff. This whole time, I can be holding tap and then let it go like a freaking shotgun. So the longer you charge it, the more damage it does. I think the more plus you are. It's like the opposite of what Street Fighter 4 was. I think Street Fighter 5 had that, but I don't think it's the same anymore. So the application for this move are, This will trade with Fireball the same with as a rush, except you don't have to have charge for this. You just have to have 3 kick charge or 3 punch charge. I've definitely played games where I've just done 1-1-1 and then like go with a 3 or 4, and it works because people are not expecting it. But again, this will trade. The big application for this, in my opinion, is against Dawson. If Dawson throws a Fireball and you ever have a chance to like react to it, you can let go of a tap and you'll trade very favorably in your way. So it's just very good to use. Other applications are just pressure, floating meter, like you can go forward like that. There's good setups with these. There's a lot of like advanced applications. I hold tap in every matchup, except for Geef in who's that other stupid grappler? Oh yeah, T. Don't hold tap against them. People are saying don't do it against Guile too, gonna react. I still do it because I'm bummed. This does a lot of damage. It's again, that's just a 1, and you can combo it if you're close enough. Like, I can't do it. But if you're close enough and you do a very meaty tap, like on the last few frames, you can combo into super. You can combo into crouch medium punch. I think if you're close enough, you might be able to sweep them. You might be able to do a low rush. You might be able to headbutt them. You're super plus, and it doesn't matter. You're just gonna wreck them. So again, I usually, the longer you hold it down, the more power it gets, the bigger the number. A lot of people use 4s. I don't know the actual number of time. I know final was like 50-something seconds. If you hit something with the final, they're dead. They're just going to explode. Again, 4 is like the normal one. Against Sim, you might be able to get 7 and stuff, but it just depends how long you hold it down. You just have to make sure not to let go of a button, because then you get wrecked. So, those are all this box's specials. Now, there's one more big thing I need to tell you guys about. And I showed you a little bit before, and it's this stupid thing. So, I'm going to show you that hurt box the first hit. You see how the first hit is fully invincible? And see how far it goes? Yeah, this move is a problem, and I know some people have said boxer players get carried by the super. I almost agree with this, because I've definitely won games where I should not have won just because I've been able to hit one super. If you look at his life bar, if he gets 5 hits, that's 50%. You're going to take, I think, 50%, 40% around that area every time if you get all the hits. And the big application for this move is it goes through fireballs. Oh my god, if you throw a fireball against this character at this range, you're dead. You throw a fireball, you just throw that out, and it's going to hit because the hitbox is extended. So, if not, like, you're just in a screwed position. You have to try to react. So, there's been tons of times, especially in tournament, where I'm sitting at like a range like this, just like mashing buttons, like hitting all the buttons I want to, all about holding down back, and I'm just like waiting for something to pop up. And then I see a button come out that I know that it's going to be have high delay, like against the one guy, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, and to get in the top 8 for Comet Breaker. He threw out a Dawson, like a crouch light punch, like one goes like pretty far. The second I saw the startup in it, I just let it go, and he was dead. And it's just Boxer Super. It's just how it is. So like again, the applications for that. You can also do like a mix-up. I like to do this, like wait after like a block string and throw it out, because it's the same as headbutt, except for most characters it's safe. It's not safe against grapplers. They can like do things to it, but I think against most characters at least safe. I could be totally wrong. People could just not be punishing me, but I definitely love to throw it out. The one thing you have to look out for is that sometimes it can stop. By stop, I mean in between hits 2 and 3 normally, there will be a lag. It's a very visible lag. And you'll hear him go, rah, 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 rah. And in between those hits, your opponent, this is usually on block. I don't think it's on hit all the time. Your opponent can DP. They get their DP character. I think your opponent can always throw. So you don't want to throw this out when they're blocking all the time. But it does do good chip. It's 5 hits a normal chip, which is of course a ton. You can also combo with it. Well, you usually can combo to it. Oh my god. Do I really have to like show me that failing at combos? Okay. Well, I'll do it a few more times. But the super can be comboed in from any jump in that's like decent range. It is kind of hard to do. You have to like, I don't know what it's called, canceling it. But usually you see people go this into super, right? Now, this isn't like you don't do crouch jab, stand jab into super. You do crouch jab, forward, back, light punch, forward, super. So to get the super in play. Or you can just link it. That was a carry cancel. So that's 8 hits. It does a billion damage. You can cancel off like anything like meaty. I think you can cancel off a medium punch, maybe. But really, you're going to throw out super a lot. The reason you throw out super a lot is because borrowed traditional footsie tools aren't walking back and forth. It's throwing rush punches. It's throwing headbutts. It's throwing your body into the opponent. It's doing tap. Tap builds a crap ton of meter. Low rush builds a crap ton of meter. Low kick, high kick rush builds a ton of meter. All these things build a billion bar. I've had super twice in a match before, and it is not like even like a thing to think about. You're just gonna get super. If you get totally pushed out by your opponent, you might be in trouble. But usually you're gonna have super, and then if you're afraid, again, once you learn more advanced stuff, you do a low kick rush, then you tell them to screw off. If you didn't notice, that was a full screen super. The first hit will hit. So if they're doing anything, they don't catch. And again, I would blink it just in case. As you see, my inputs are very bad. But that's really boxing in a nutshell, I think. Again, this character wants to get in your face. As you can tell, all his moves do this. They just want to get in. I might make another video or two for like some matchups, like more better applications. I know this is really shoddily put together. I'm probably gonna put this up with like no editing or anything, just because editing software costs money. I don't want to use Photo Viewer, but I might make some more videos because I kind of want to make more ST videos in general. I love ST. If you haven't told, I've played ST for I don't know, like 8 years, 9 years now. I forgot when I started playing, but there's no better time to start playing than now. The second best time to start playing was the 90s, man. That's the old Chinese saying. If you ever want to, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Twitch, hit me up on Fightcade if I'm ever on. My tag on there is Climax instead of Climax because I signed up for Fightcade before I even knew who Climax was. I know, weird. There's always people to play. Everyone in the community is super helpful. Everyone will try to teach you some stuff if you ask. It's definitely a great game to play. I cannot recommend this game enough. Other than that, I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna, again, I know this video wasn't like the greatest, but at least it's something. I might do a general like ST video, because I know somebody asked me to do that, just to do the various crap in ST, like random damage and throws are stupid, and all the fun things. But, you know, I'm one man. Those are all his specials too. One more thing before I do go away. His throw range is obnoxious, if you didn't see me do that before. His medium punch throw range will just like hit everywhere. Like, look how big that is. It's bigger than I think of like every character except like 2 or 3. So really, just walk towards him if you're afraid of him. It's like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sorry, headbutting him. Anyway, guys, now that's really the end. If you like this video, let me know. I'm not gonna tell you to like, comment, subscribe because I don't care about my YouTube. But thanks, guys. ST forever, boys.